Figure and Coffee, and today we're going to journal by drawing the I Ching. And we're going to go through two methods to draw the I Ching, and then we'll talk about how it can help you journal in different ways. The most common way to do the I Ching, or at least the oldest popular way, is with pennies. And I have 3 pennies. As you can see here, each penny has a numeric value, 2 or 3. We add them up, and from there, we're able to determine what type of line that they make. If we have odd, we have a solid line. If we have even, we have a broken line. That is one way of which to make these. So the most simplest way is to simply cast. And then we can go back to our chart here. And as we can see here, we have 2, 2, 4, and 3. So we have a 7. So we have a solid line. So then we would draw a solid line starting at the bottom. We would continue this process 5 more times. And of course, it doesn't always work perfectly. And again, we have another solid line. And let's grab, and it's not really a good throw. Yeah, you have to kind of figure out what feels good for you. And as we can see, we're getting a lot of solid lines. I'm not entirely sure if I'm casting the best tonight. Here we have a broken line, and we have a dot because we have 3 of the same. So the dot will refer us to reading this one to this 3rd line in the hexagram that we develop. Skipping ahead, we came up with I Ching number 5 in this route. And again, we are referred by that dot, which was the only one that came where we had 3 of a kind, to the 3rd line as further guidance. And so we have I Ching number 5. We used our chart to find it. And it intimates that with sincerity, which is declared, there will be brilliant success. With firmness, there will be good fortune, and it will be advantageous to cross the great stream. But we should look at number 3. The 3rd 9, undivided, shows its subject in the mud, close by the stream. He thereby invites the approach of injury. Now, there's always a lot to unpack with these, and that is really where the journaling aspect of this can come in. Now, there is a footnote portion to this, and so we would need to further read this, and if we focus in on, as we find, as you can see, the different lines have additional information. In paragraph 3, the line 3 that is particular to this particular hexagram, the way we were able to get it from our coins, it says the subject is on the brink of the stream. His advance to that position has provoked resistance, which may result in his injury. So the journaling question to draw and to think about here, as the I Ching gives advice, is something along the lines of you're about to embark on a project, but are you causing resistance? Is someone on your team, or is someone resisting? Are you going to have that person cause injury? So that could be one question. Now there could be many, many more. But that is how a simple method of doing the I Ching. There are other methods. I don't think I can fully get this method on. However, another method is to use, there's a couple of methods. You can use kind of a dowsing method, and you can see if stuff starts to go with whatever particular question you have. then you can get that hexagram and you can find guidance. As you can see, there's different ways of doing this. So that's one way. Another way is you can go through it more methodically. You could set a journaling to go through the I Ching in order. You can also, by looking at a chart, determine what seems more appropriate. There are places that sell cards, and you can also take like a stick of charcoal, and by feeling, you can make the lines, make 6 lines. So those are different ways that you can do it. I Ching has been compared to being similar to geomancy. Geomancy is a bit similar in that it develops these figures. And let's get to those figures. As you can see here, we have figures which are generated usually in sand, but can be done on paper. Here's kind of the generation of them. So again, by numbers, we are able to generate the figures, and then of course when you go through the whole process and lay it into something like this, you get further reading. It takes a little longer than the I Ching. The I Ching's a little quicker and easier, but that is tonight's journaling exercise and how to use the I Ching.